love the Eagles as much as we do, then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. You know those moments in sports when the entire internet just stops and everyone's like, wait, what? Yeah, that's exactly what happened today when Philadelphia Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni dropped an absolute bombshell during his press conference. Out of nowhere, Sirianni confirmed that veteran cornerback Jalen Ramsey is officially joining the Eagles roster. The football world went from casual scroll mode to full-blown meltdown in seconds. The timing? Unreal. Right before the midseason push, when playoff dreams started to feel real, the Eagles went and added one of the most intimidating defensive backs of this generation. And the best part? Nobody saw it coming. No leaks, no insiders whispering, no vague sources saying nonsense, just Sirianni standing there with that half grin saying, yeah, we've got a new piece in our secondary. Jalen Ramsey. Boom. Mic drop. Philadelphia fans are already flooding social media, flooding Broad Street with excitement, screaming, "Go Birds!" like it's the NFC Championship all over again. The energy in Philly right now is electric, raw, and wild. And honestly, it feels like a Super Bowl-level move that just flipped the entire NFC on its head. Now, let's talk about what this actually means for the Eagles' defense. Because, man, if you thought their secondary was solid before, this move just made it terrifying. We're talking about pairing Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey, two of the most respected, most feared corners in the league, lining up side by side in midnight green. That's the kind of duo that quarterbacks have nightmares about. Ramsey brings that rare blend of physicality, confidence, and elite football IQ that instantly transforms a defense's attitude. You can feel the swagger already rising in Philly. Sirianni's been preaching toughness and accountability since day one, and now he's got a player who embodies that mindset perfectly. Ramsey's reputation as a vocal leader, a trash talker who backs it up every single snap, fits the Philly culture like a glove. Imagine that secondary chirping all game long, hyping the crowd, feeding off the chaos. It's pure theater. And let's be honest, no one plays the villain role better than Jalen Ramsey when he's wearing a new jersey and something to prove. But how did this even happen? That's the million-dollar question. The Eagles have been tight on cap space, carefully maneuvering around deals, and somehow Howie Roseman, the mastermind GM himself, pulled another rabbit out of his hat. Every year, it feels like Roseman find a way to bend the rules of the salary cap like it's a personal hobby. Reports say Ramsey wanted out of Miami after some internal frustrations, maybe with the team's defensive scheme or just the overall direction of the Dolphins. When the Eagles came knocking, offering not just a chance to win, but a locker room built on accountability and brotherhood, Ramsey apparently jumped. It wasn't about the money, it was about legacy. And that's where this move gets poetic. Ramsey's chasing rings now, and Philly, with their stacked roster, hungry fan base, and Super Bowl aspirations, just became his next battlefield. You couldn't write this better if you tried. Nick Sirianni's reaction to the whole thing was priceless. When reporters pressed him about how this move came together, he just smirked and said, "We're always looking to get better." Classic coach talk, but you could tell he was buzzing inside. Sirianni knows exactly what he just added to his arsenal. A proven shutdown corner who can also elevate everyone around him. Players like Ramsey change the temperature of a locker room. The moment he walks in, standards rise. Practices get more intense. Young players start watching how he moves, how he prepares. It's contagious. You could feel Sirianni trying to keep it cool at the podium, but his body language said it all. He's fired up. This is the kind of mid-season jolt that can shift momentum, that can take a team from contender to favorite. Philly fans aren't dreaming anymore. They're believing again. What's fascinating here is how quickly this shifts the balance of power in the NFC. The Eagles were already sitting near the top, but now they've just added a piece that makes everyone else nervous. Think about it. Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, whoever ends up across from Philly's defense is now staring down two elite corners who can erase half the field. You can't throw deep, you can't throw wide, and you better pray your timing routes hit perfectly or Ramsey's taking that ball the other way. This move forces offensive coordinators to rethink everything. And if you're a rival NFC East team, you're probably cursing under your breath right now. It's not just a roster upgrade, it's psychological warfare. The Eagles just reminded everyone that they're not here to compete. They're here to dominate. And let's not overlook how perfectly this fits into the Eagles' identity. Philly thrives on aggression, swagger, and that gritty underdog mentality, even when they're on top. Ramsey embodies that. He's loud, he's unapologetic, and he backs every word with elite play. You can already imagine the link erupting when he makes his first interception in green and silver, pointing to the crowd, flexing, screaming. It's theater, it's chaos, it's Philly football at its best. Sirianni just injected adrenaline into a fan base that already runs on emotion. Every move the Eagles make feels deliberate, but this one feels personal, like they're declaring war on mediocrity. You can say what you want about Ramsey's personality, but there's no denying the dude's a game changer. And now, he's bringing that energy to the city of brotherly love. Behind the scenes, though, there's this fascinating layer of strategy that fans don't always see. Ramsey's signing isn't just about one player. It's about setting a tone. The Eagles are clearly signaling that they're going all in this season. Sirianni knows how thin the margin for error gets when you're chasing a Super Bowl. You need depth, you need leadership, and above all, you need attitude. Ramsey checks every one of those boxes. He's not just a cornerback, he's a statement. The guy plays every snap like it's personal, and that energy is infectious. Philly's locker room already has strong voices. Guys like Jason Kelce, Brandon Graham, and Slay. But adding Ramsey brings a whole new edge. And make no mistake, he's coming with something to prove. After the ups and downs in Miami, after the critics started whispering that maybe he'd lost a step, Ramsey's about to turn the narrative on its head. Philly just gave him the perfect stage. What's wild is how seamlessly Ramsey could fit into Jonathan Gannon's old defensive blueprint, which still influences the current scheme. The Eagles love rotating coverage, disguising pressure, and forcing quarterbacks into mistakes. And that's where Ramsey thrives. His versatility lets him move around, play outside, inside, even blitz off the edge. You can't scheme easily against him because he's unpredictable. Sirianni's going to have so much fun with that flexibility. Imagine Ramsey shadowing top receivers, baiting quarterbacks into throws that look open but aren't. It's chess, not checkers, and Ramsey's one of the best at playing the mental side of the game. The ripple effect is massive. More coverage sacks for the defensive line, more confidence for the safeties, and overall chaos for offenses. The whole defense gets sharper just by having him there. That's the kind of move that wins playoff games. The city itself is buzzing like it hasn't in years. You walk into a Philly bar right now, and every TV's got sports talk running nonstop. Ramsey highlights, fan reactions, hot takes. It's the kind of headline that unites the city from South Philly to Fishtown. Philly fans live for this energy. They love when their team makes bold moves that shake the league. The moment Ramsey lands at the airport, you can bet there'll be fans waiting with jerseys and cameras, chanting his name like he's already a legend. That's what makes Philly different. The passion isn't fake. When you wear that jersey, the city embraces you, but it also demands everything from you. Ramsey's going to feel that right away. And honestly, he's built for it. The guy feeds off pressure. If there's one place that can match his intensity, it's Philadelphia. Of course, there are skeptics. Some analysts are already raising eyebrows, saying Ramsey's best years might be behind him, that the Eagles are taking a risk on an aging star. But come on, if you've followed Ramsey's career, you know counting him out is the dumbest thing you can do. Every time people start doubting him, he comes back sharper, louder, and meaner. He's that kind of competitor who uses criticism as jet fuel. Sirianni knows that, and that's exactly why this move makes sense. The Eagles aren't looking for quiet contributors. They're looking for tone setters. Guys who shift culture, who make opponents uncomfortable just by stepping on the field. Ramsey may have a few more miles on the tires, but he's still one of the smartest, most instinctive players in football. Experience doesn't slow him down, it makes him dangerous. Meanwhile, inside the locker room, players are reportedly thrilled. Darius Slay and Ramsey together? That's like having two alpha dogs hunting the same prey. You know practices are about to get heated, competitive, and loud. Iron sharpens iron, and the young corners on the roster are going to learn fast. This is what championship teams do. They stack leadership, they build depth, and they set impossible standards. Sirianni's got that us against the world energy back, and you can see how it's fueling the entire organization. Ramsey's arrival isn't just a headline. It's a message to the rest of the league. The Eagles aren't satisfied with being good. They want to be legendary. And in a city that demands greatness, that's exactly the kind of mindset that resonates. Philly's gearing up for something special, and everyone can feel it. So here we are, Jalen Ramsey in midnight green, NICK SIRIANNI smiling like he just pulled off the heist of the year, and Eagles fans already dreaming of confetti. Maybe it's hype, maybe it's destiny, but one thing's for sure. This move changes everything. The locker room has a new pulse, the defense has new teeth, and the league has a new problem. It's classic Philadelphia, loud, bold, unapologetic. And honestly, that's what makes it beautiful. Ramsey didn't just join a team. He joined a culture, a movement, a fan base that breathes football like oxygen. The NFL just got a lot more interesting, and the Eagles just got a lot scarier. Whatever happens next, you can bet it's going to be must-watch football. The Birds are back in business, and they just added a legend to the nest. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The ripple effect of this signing is already being felt across the NFL landscape. Teams that once circled the Eagles' matchup on their calendar as a test of endurance are now looking at it as a potential nightmare. You can almost feel the tension rising in quarterback rooms across the conference. Every coach is reviewing film, asking themselves the same question: how do we throw against this secondary? The truth is, there might not be a simple answer. With Ramsey locking down one side and Slay controlling the other, it forces offenses to play small ball, quick slants, screens, and checkdowns against one of the fastest and most physical defenses in the game. And that's exactly what Sirianni wants. He's building a team that doesn't just beat you, it suffocates you, makes you doubt your own rhythm, your own timing. When that happens, Philly takes control. They're not just collecting stars, they're building a defensive philosophy built on pressure and precision. Even beyond the X's and O's, this moment feels cultural. The Eagles aren't just trying to win games. They're trying to make statements. Philly football has always carried a certain attitude, a sense of defiance that mirrors the city itself. Tough, loud, unbothered by critics. Ramsey fits that energy perfectly. You can already imagine him walking out of the tunnel, chest out, that signature glare under his visor, ready to go to war. He's the kind of player who commands a room without saying a word, but when he does speak, everyone listens. Philly thrives on that energy. The fans will love him not just for his talent, but for his fire. In a way, it feels like fate brought him here, a city built on passion meeting a player who's made of it. Together, it's combustible. And for the rest of the league, it's terrifying. What happens next is anyone's guess, but one thing is certain. The Eagles just changed the narrative of this season. This isn't a rebuild. This isn't maintenance. This is a statement of intent. Sirianni and Roseman aren't waiting for next year or hoping luck rolls their way. They're grabbing destiny by the throat and saying, we're coming for it now. And with Jalen Ramsey wearing that midnight green, the message couldn't be clearer. The Eagles are not just chasing the Lombardi. They're demanding it. Every move, every snap, every moment from here on out will carry that weight. And if you've watched this team long enough, you know that's exactly how Philly likes it. They don't want easy, they want earned. And with Ramsey in the fold, they just might earn it in the loudest, most Philly way possible. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.